from the new year, 2018 Hip Hop Streets. We in here. I got my boy Jeff Shelley.
Yo,
we got DJ Savage.
And Jeff Shelley's scary ass did not want to do the intro this episode.
Next week I'm gonna do it.
Next week? Okay, but we got special guest Cam Wallace in here.
What up? How y'all doing?
You know,
how's everybody doing? I'm here. I finally made it. I have arrived. I am here at Hip Hop Street, so that means I am officially, I'm here. I made it.
2018 first interview.
Yes. That's great. That's dope.
Oh, but this is an honor to, you let us bring you in the new year. I think we need to take a shot. I already poured them for us. I already got it ready.
Look, so I got one drink, I got two drinks, and I'm about to do a shot.
You gotta take a shot.
You can't mix dark with clear.
Oh, no, you really can't, though. You trying to fuck niggas up.
We going
just
crazy.
Pass it to Jeff, please.
Oh.
We going crazy.
We know you ain't gonna take one, Savage. Y'all, that's the thing for the new year. We gotta get Savage to take as many shots.
I got 3 drinks.
Dare. What is it? What is it?
We gonna mess
Drugs?
with liver for 2018.
No.
My
My lungs is already gone.
So let's toast this first shot of the show, Hip Hop Streets, Ear to the Streets podcast 2018. Bring it in with Cam Wallace.
Yes.
Here we
go.
2018.
2018. Big vibes.
Okay, hold on, Savage.
We gotta get to that Savage thing, that Savage tag.
She's ready today.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So let's jump right into things. Cam Wallace, he's a songwriter.
Yes.
He's an artist. He's a producer. He's everything. He wears like 1,000 hats.
Yeah.
Tell me how you do it.
God. That's the first thing, and that's the only thing I can say. Nah, it's just definitely God. And just I always been into music, so just really having one thing fell into another. Always wanting to like learn more about music, and just one thing just ended up leading to another. And here I am. You know what I'm saying? Just really being into music and working every day at it. And
So
that's how.
we're gonna go back to the beginning of things because
Okay, let's go back.
A lot of people don't know who Cam Wallace is.
Right.
Let me just clarify.
Right.
He's written songs for Chris Brown. He's produced for Chris Brown, Beyonce,
Royalty.
7, B.O.B. Like,
Yes.
y'all don't even
And
know.
you low key.
Y'all know that song? All y'all
Super
girls
low key,
like
bro.
to say,
Super low key.
When a nigga
I be
get a new
chilling, man.
girlfriend, upgrade you. Yes, that's the
And that's my
song.
girl.
I
I
would every time I lose a nigga.
would clean the fuck out of an apartment to that song.
Y'all crazy.
Man, I know every word. I know every
I'm
word.
like, yeah, let me upgrade you.
That is, I did not.
Yeah.
When I found that out, I was like so excited. I hear an echo and I don't know why.
So you wrote Upgrade.
I produced it.
You produced it.
Mm-hmm.
When you said what's produced, like
I made the beat for it. Well, I produced it. I made the beat, me, Swiss Beats, and so that was my first time getting a chance to work with him. So I made the music behind it. I heard the sample, so that beat is a sample. It has a sample in it. I chopped it up, heard it, and was just like, all right, let me put this together. I really made it for T.I.
yeah.
That's what I had in
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Man, I don't see T.I.
Well, when I made the beat, I thought it was a rap beat.
Okay.
It was so hard and aggressive. I really didn't hear nobody singing over it. And Beyonce got a hold of it, and then next thing I know, she killed it. So T.I. was acting. What's crazy is the original version of that song has T.I. on it. It doesn't have Jay-Z on it.
It kind of sounds like a Paper Trail type T.I. too.
Is that allowed to be played for people?
I mean, it's on YouTube. You can find it. Yeah, it's out.
It kind of sounds like a Paper Trail T.I. type of thing.
Yeah, because I think around that time, I was listening to a lot of T.I. and it just gave me that bounce. Mm-hmm. So it didn't make I wasn't surprised when I heard T.I. on it the first time, and then I heard Jay on it. Of course, when I heard Jay, I went crazy.
Yeah.
It's Jay.
Oh, you had two legends on one song.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, I would be sleeping so good at night. Just knowing I contributed to society by giving them upgrade you. It's like you can never do anything wrong.
It's so crazy because I was about to quit right around that time. Because I had made that beat. That beat was old. And by the time it finally did get to Beyonce and her people, it was just like really God, like a
How did
coincidence.
you have it? Like, what did you have it on for it to even be able to get to her?
So look, I was about to quit. I met my lawyer at the time. She's from Houston. Well, my old lawyer, her name's Kim Hatter. Met her at the mall, at Greens Point Mall. And I was just like, yo, I'm about to quit. I'm like, man, I've been doing this. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
I was like, I've been doing this shit for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing music my whole life. Like, that's literally all people know me for. Like, when you know Cam, you don't think of, like, sports. You don't think of nothing else but just music. So I had reached a point where I was just like, man, I feel like I tapped all my resources here in Houston. And she was like, well, man, I think she just felt sorry for me. She was like, man, just burn me a CD with some beats on it, and I'll see what I could do. And Upgrade You was, like, one of the beats that was on there. And she knew Matthew Knowles. Well, she knew someone who knew Matthew Knowles, which is Beyonce's dad. And he heard the CD, got the record over, got the beat to Beyonce. And then I got a phone call at, like, maybe, like, 2 months after that. I got a phone call at, like, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. It wasn't B. It was her. It was her and the guy that she knew that knew Matthew. They were calling me. Yeah, they called me and was like, yo, like, B did one of the beats. And I was like, okay, cool. You know me. I'm like, whatever, bro. At this point, I was just like, cool, whatever. I still hadn't heard the song.
I'll wait till I see a chick.
Yeah, because
You had to get your permission, though, to be able to release it, right?
Well, at this point, she had just recorded it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I didn't know if it was going to be on the album. I didn't know what it was going to do. I didn't even know if it was real. You know, this is just me on the phone.
It does sound like too good.
Let me.
Yeah, I'm like,
Get me on the
That's
phone.
why I
look,
said,
bro, like,
where is she?
you know, we from Houston, so at the end of the day, it's like, man, what? Okay, we got to see it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
When you call me, either playing me the song or whatever, and so maybe like 2 weeks after that, y'all ever seen that movie 5 Heartbeats?
Yeah.
So y'all remember when they heard their song on the radio for the first time?
Yeah.
It was literally like that. So I'm sleeping, woke up, got a phone call from Kim, and she's like, no, it wasn't Kim. It was actually my old manager, and he played the song. And then I heard Jay-Z on it, and I was like, oh, I went and woke up everybody in the house.
Yeah. I would have
Yeah.
And I
whole
feel
neighborhood.
like a real live, like 10-second reenactment of yo face, yo. Like,
This is not improv theater here.
I want to be the fly on the wall in that room, like when somebody get that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
because that's a big moment.
It's so crazy because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm one of those people where all these crazy, like, blessings, obviously blessings, be happening to me. And I think when they happen and I'm in it, I'm just like, okay, this is happening. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And then it takes probably like
one night when you at home by yourself.
yeah, it just take a while later for it to like hit me and be like, oh dang.
Then
Like,
when you hear people know
yeah,
the
like
words,
I was still working.
Like, I'm saying that's my favorite song.
Yeah, I was
'cause
still working
girls
at.
know the beats just as much as the words. Like they can hit every single little choreograph move. And
Yeah,
shit.
it's crazy. I was still working at Best Buy when that song was out. So while the album was on sale, you know, it was on the B-Day album, and yeah, I was still working at Best Buy, and I was telling everybody that I work with, I was like, yo, I'm on that album, and they was like, whatever, bro. If you was on the album, why you still here? You know, I hadn't got my check or nothing yet. You know, like it takes time in the business. It takes a minute for them to pay you or whatever. Not too long, but this is my first placement. I didn't know nothing. I just came from being a kid who was making beats in my room. You know what I'm saying? So next thing I know, I'm on one of the biggest records of all that time.
So once you got the check, did you move, or what made you move to ATL?
Well, once I got the check, I definitely didn't move. Well, I moved, but I stayed here. I moved to my own place, and just went, yeah. And just, you know, I had never had that much money before, so I just went ham, like, you know, just buying.
How much was the check?
In man pockets.
It was. I'm gonna say this for that time, and for me to like never had that much money. It was. I ain't gonna say the amount, but it was definitely a decent amount. It was enough for me to like go round up all my homeboys and just be like,
section, huh?
nah, we went. I was
6
really.
6 just
No. It definitely wasn't 6 zeros.
Okay,
This is
okay.
like, well, it was the first check. It was the upfront check. So your upfront check is never 6 zeros,
Yeah.
unless I'm like Timbaland or somebody.
Yeah.
But
they gotta see how well the song is gonna.
yeah, then me being a new producer or whatever, then producing it with Swiss. But it was definitely a decent amount of money for a kid who never had that much money.
Right.
Best Buy.
From Best
Best
Buy,
Buy.
bro. I quit Best Buy. That's what I did do.
Yeah.
All the people that I was telling I was on that album. So what I did do is when I did get my check, and I don't suggest this to any up and coming artists.
I
just basically, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that's what I'm doing, and I'm going out with a bang.
I had told all those people that I've been telling the whole time, like, yo, I'm on this album. I basically went up to my job, I cashed the check, went to the Family Dollar that was next to my job, went and bought like a bag of rubber bands. Cause bro, like we from the hood, so our whole life we just seen dudes rubber band up their money, not put it in the bank. You know what I'm saying? What I should have did, and we just had fun, bro. Like I went in there, I was supposed to be working, I quit, but I bought like all the stuff I wanted at the time. I think the iPod had just like the iPod 64 gig had just came out, so I just bought that and just was like I quit. And then I moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to show them one time. I feel that, man. Like,
it was a blessing, though.
That was like your first big...
First introduction,
From there, the people started rolling in, or how that happened?
Actually, no, like, because you got to understand, I was just... Really, I started out as an artist first. So I was only making beats for me. So I didn't know nothing about producing records for... other people, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know about songwriting. I didn't know any of that. I just was doing what I love, making beats for me. And so I had to, they flew me to New York, clearly because I'm like the new kid who just did this big record for Beyonce. So everybody wants to know, who's Cam Wallace?
Right.
Fly to New York, I go. So all this stuff I used to think about when I was in high school and middle school, like, man, I'm going to go to the record labels, come home, used to watch Rap City and all this stuff and be like, man, I'm going to do this, da-da-da-da. It all happened, right? So my first time going to New York, I'm in these meetings and stuff, and they're like, yeah, man, so you got, this record on Beyonce, da-da-da. What else you got? And I'm like...
pressure.
Not even pressure, because I had beats, but I didn't have songs. Because at the time, I didn't realize that a lot of artists didn't write their songs.
Yeah.
I'm getting introduced to this right then and there. Like,
sometimes they send beats with a hook on it.
I didn't know none of that. So I played beats and stuff, and they was like, all right, cool, we love the beats, but what we need you to do is basically go, it was cool. It was like a crash course. Like, go back home to Houston or wherever you're at and, like, give us songs to these beats. So at the time, I wasn't a songwriter. I'm a songwriter now, but so that's how I started learning about songwriters. Right. So I came back to Houston and started finding like songwriters in the city that I, felt I could work with, that could get on my beats, because my beats have always been a little different, you know what I'm saying, than what I would consider just regular, I guess, down south beats. I don't know. I just grew up listening to all kinds of music. Yeah. So it took a certain kind of writer to approach my style of beat making. And I did a deal with Music World at the time. Music World isn't here anymore, but that was Matthew Knowles' label. So I did like a deal with them, had my own little studio set up. It's like my first real time in the music industry. So I got my own room I can go to and make beats. And start getting in with writers and, like, producing real songs. So next time when I did go to New York or wherever, now I'm playing records versus just beats. And so, yeah.
Man.
It really all just hit me at one time.
So you went from not really knowing, because I listened to your album, Scrape the Plate.
Scrape the Plate.
I like it a lot.
Right.
Actually, I loved it.
Thank you.
So... But the lyrics on there are so, like, intense. Like, I'm an R&B type of girl. Like, you can't bring me at it unless you really with the shits.
Right.
You was with the shits.
I be trying to be with the shits.
The song that you got with Slim Thug, man, like when you was like, okay, I wrote it down. That's how much I liked a lot of your lyrics.
Okay, thank you.
So Money Machine keep ringing, my cell phone keep ringing. I thought of that, made a beat. Damn, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my God, this nigga is a beast. Like, I'm texting him in the middle of the night, wasn't I? I was texting him all night. I was like, I know I'm annoying y'all not texting me back, but it's cool because this nigga fire.
I thought she was drunk. I said, Sierra's drunk. She won't stop texting us. I even muted the group message. I don't know what she's talking about.
As hell listening to this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this man is a freaking. He said it. He said I'm a genius. I said, you know what, you motherfucking right. I'm talking to your song like you gonna hear me. Like
I appreciate it.
Is that your most favorite thing that you've done? A thing for Beyonce, or have you had some good collaborations with other?
I mean,
artists?
definitely Beyonce for sure is top of the list. You know, I look at her as like I put it in proper perspective. I look at it like this. Okay, of our generation, of our time, you know, Beyonce and Jay-Z are pretty much top tier. So I always looked at it like, for me, for my first placement ever. So most of the time when a producer gets placements, they have to work their way up to a Beyonce or Jay-Z. I just think it was like definitely God to where my first placement was so high.
Up there, yeah.
And so I always felt like anything else, I'm kind of like working down the ladder. You know what I'm saying? Not shade to any other artists, but just, I mean, it's Beyonce and Jay. They're like top tier artists.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite records, and I hope to produce more for her in the future. But I can't front. I think my favorite joint is the Chris Brown stuff I did, and Seven Streeter.
I love Seven. A lot of people don't talk about Seven as much as I feel like they
She's
should.
dope.
But I love her, and she can genuinely, sing. Yeah, she can really sing.
Yeah, she can sing. She's dope. And what's crazy is another thing, because I know people are listening to this, and I'm big on inspiration and just speaking things into existence. So every artist that I've ever worked with, and this is real, like I pretty much like said I was gonna work with them ahead of time at some point. You know, whether it be me tweeting it out. Like, I remember tweeting the first time I heard Seven just on a Chris Brown record, because Seven is Chris Brown's artist. She signed to him. So I heard her on one of them Chris Brown songs. I heard her background vocals, and they were so crazy. I was like, yo, I'm going to work with Seven Streeter. Like, I put that on Twitter, just talking, not knowing that I was going to actually work with Seven Streeter. So, you know, I'm big on speaking things
into existence
before they happen. And real talk, like it's low-key kind of scary, but it's not scary. It's just like it showed me how much power like we have when we talk.
Gotta be careful what you're gonna talk into existence,
yeah, for sure.
too.
So like, cause I literally said all the people that I've worked with, from Beyonce all the way down to Chris Brown and all these other people, I said it at some point, whether it be on Facebook.
But you got to put the work behind it, too. You can't
for
be
sure.
tweeting shit and just be like, well, I'm just waiting until it gets here.
No, for sure. You
like,
got to
go. You got to work
if you
for
put
it.
that stuff in the universe and you working towards it,
it's going to come back. So, have you actually directly worked with everybody you name besides, Beyonce?
What's crazy is I didn't work directly with B. So, I've met B, you know, I've been around her, and just her. What's crazy was just more so her. She showed me so much love because she didn't know. She knew that a guy named Cam Wallace from Houston produced the record, but
she don't get into details though.
She really don't. I mean, she got 50 million things going
Yeah.
on. So she probably just heard the record and was like, all right, cool, I'm about to cut this.
Yeah.
Right.
So when she did come to Houston around that time, which was years ago, my homeboy Jake, he was the one who officially like walked me up to her and was like, yo, this is the kid who did Upgrade You. And she was like super cool, like gave me a hug. We chopped it up for a minute, and she introduced me to Jay. Oh. She was the one who actually took me over to Jay. So it's crazy, like, to get introduced to Jay-Z, who's my favorite artist by the, in general in life, other than Biggie. Pac is definitely
exactly.
Wait.
We right here.
Wait. Pac is definitely in the list, but to just be introduced to your favorite artist by another artist who's like
super crazy.
It was crazy. She was just like, he did Upgrade You. This is the
song
kid
that we made Bluetooth.
So
yeah.
So how?
And probably them twins too.
Okay, you wrote for all these artists, right?
Right.
So how is the life? Like, what is your life? Like, you low key, right?
I'm super low key.
So do you live a low key celebrity life, or you just live a low key regular life?
I live it's like a mix. Because it's like I'm a real naturally chill person. Yeah. Like even if you listen to my music, like it's very like vibey, and that's just me. I record myself, so I'm kind of big on vibes. I like to be in my own space. Mm-hmm. It's weird because it's like I'm an introvert. I'm to myself. I like people, but then sometimes people get on my nerves. Yeah. So I just kind of be all over the place. Yeah. And I'm a Gemini, so I just be like all over the place. Yeah. But I think for me, it's like a mixture in between. I travel a lot. So I just be gone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really think about if I'm living like a celebrity life. I'm definitely not living a celebrity life because I still got much more like work
weird,
to
do. But you in good between though,
because it's like I'm still grinding. I ain't gonna even say happy. I'm good. I'm definitely happy.
Right.
Definitely happy, but I know I'm not where I want to be. Yeah. You know, I'm good with where I'm at. I just know, you know,
there's more to be done.
More for me. Yeah, you know. Which is how I ended up branching into me being an artist. And now I'm starting to, you know, like all this is new for me. Like this is my first real
interview.
Yeah. Like,
what? Podcast, I feel like the what?
Sitting down in front. I feel like I'm on the like no shade hip hop streets is the shit. Yeah. I feel like I'm on like the Breakfast Club or something. Like this is my first.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it this time.
You feel me? But it feel good though because I'm home. I'm here. I feel like I'm amongst family. So you know, it's a vibe. Yeah.
No, but I get what you were saying earlier. It's like we're in between, especially like when you went behind the scenes. Because like me being a DJ, it's like I know these big people, but I also know these people that I see every day. Yeah. And it's like I'm in between. I'm not here and I'm not there.
That's how I feel. And then me being a producer, I think, you know, I'm stepping out now as an artist. I mean, I put Massive out in 16. So it's been out for a minute, and that was my first time just really putting an album out as an artist. Mm-hmm. Really taking time to say, all right, I'm going to stop producing for other people. I took like a whole year off from producing for other people and just focused on my stuff. So now I'm starting to feel more in the light. Mm-hmm. You know, people starting to see me
because you're actually on it.
Yeah, I'm in the mix. Like, people can see me, and I don't mind being seen. I think before I was kind of like, nah, I'm cool. Now I'm just like, whatever.
You ever have any like juicy beats that you wanted to keep, but then you had to like give to somebody else?
Every beat that I've ever got placed on anybody, I had a song to it first.
Oh, okay.
Right.
In every beat.
I know it's like giving away a child.
What was your favorite song on Massive? Because I got a song that I really liked off of it.
Sierra did way.
Oh my God! Let me tell y'all how I super stalked this man yesterday. Okay, I want to know so much stuff. Like first, cut that. I want to know the love story. I want to know how you and Bae met because what song she on?
Wait.
She on Scrape the Plate. She on Scrape the Plate.
On Scrape the Plate. Well,
she was like, you know, the quote, the caption was when Bae tell you to get on to ride the beat. And I was like, shit, I'm trying to see.
Wait.
Was it during y'all was making the song? Was y'all doing it while y'all was making the song?
No.
So
that would be interesting. That would be very interesting.
Stop. Y'all crazy.
Go back in the booth like, ooh, it smell like something in here.
Y'all crazy. So basically, I mean, it remains to be seen if that's even Bae. We don't know who Jim is. Pretty much. Like, she's just this, like, she's this artist that I found, and she's dope.
She's dope, right?
Yeah, she got some more stuff coming too.
I like the third person.
I like that.
Yeah,
because I'm a big fan. Because I went on Meg page and I was like, oh, Meg, fine, hold up, like Meg.
Yeah, Meg is definitely dope. She's definitely dope. And Jim is dope too. Yeah.
Okay, so what? My favorite, I listened to. I went back and I listened to The Long Run.
Okay, yeah.
And my favorite verse was in there was "Fat and ugly, but your bitch love me." You used to be big. You lost weight because you ain't fat.
That's Biggie syndrome.
Yeah.
I definitely used to be big. I used to be almost like 300 pounds.
Man, so what made you lose weight? Like what?
I ain't gonna lie, big dudes always got some music in them.
We gonna have some food and some music.
If you can't sing, you can play the shit out of a flute.
Ruben Studdard.
You can do something, bro.
Ruben Studdard was that nigga.
Sorry, 2004.
Because you gotta do something, bro. When you too big, it's like, all right, bro, I gotta do something.
Something,
for real, I can't just be eating.
Some money, some weed, some something. You need to have something on deck, my nigga.
But now, yeah, so I used to be like 300 pounds, and what motivated me was I was living in Atlanta, and just being in the music, I never really paid attention to my weight. So let me say that. Like, I never was one of the guys like, oh, I'm fat. Like, oh, my God. Like, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I was just Cam. And I guess being in this industry and going through, moving to Atlanta, relocating, and just finding my way, I went through, like, you know how, like, when you have expectations for something to go a certain way and it doesn't, it kind of put me in, like, a space where I was just, like, all I did was I was just kind of, I hate to use the word depressed, because I don't like to speak that into existence, but that's low key what it was.
But
like,
I mean, no, that's real because people need to know. You know,
yeah,
people need to hear that so they know. Like, damn,
coming.
like this dude kept going.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I definitely went through like a what I would call a depression, and all I did for like a year was just like I moved all of my equipment into my closet at the time in Atlanta, and I just was like making beats all day in the closet and like eating. So I was just getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? But what's crazy was I guess I snapped out of it, started working out. And you know how they say with working out, it's a mental thing. So once I started seeing the results, like I seen results like one time. I looked in the mirror and you know how you could be like, oh shit.
Hold up, shit.
I kind of did like a double take. Like,
Is that an ab?
is that an ab? Like,
Without an
you
S?
feel me?
One?
And like I started seeing the results, and then from there it just clicked in. Like I just started popping in and working out every day. Like I would work out at like weird times, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, just times when I knew nobody was gonna be at the gym, so I could just
So nobody can
scream and shit.
That's me right now. I don't want nobody to see me struggle. Cause see, I'm small, right? And people think they be like, "Oh, you in shape? Well, I go in the gym.
Yes.
Man.
I will die."
I live on the 3rd floor. Every time I get to my apartment, I need to re-sign my lease.
But
do
yeah.
something else.
Cause man,
That's what happened. I just started working out, and it became a mental thing. I seen this Under Armour commercial, and it said, "Sorry, I've been drinking." So, I seen the Under Armour commercial, and it said, "Rule yourself," right? And so I took that concept of like, if anything, we should be able to control ourselves, if anything, right? All these things that we get upset about that we really can't control, right? Stuff happens every day and we get all mad and bent out of shape, and it's nothing we could do about it. So I was like, the one thing God did give us control over is ourselves, right? Like if you don't have to go back for seconds. If you're hungry, cool, eat, don't get full, just eat for nourishment. So I just started really putting in thought process in my head, like, bro, just control yourself. Like, don't let other things control you. You control them. Yeah. And then once I started doing that, I just lost weight.
Eat till you satisfied, not till you full.
Yeah, just like start really controlling myself and stop letting because that's what it was. I was letting other things control me. You know what I'm saying? And feel like, I gotta go get this food. I gotta go have this because it tastes good. Like, nah, I'm cool. I'm full, so I'm straight. Oh, I'm gonna drink water. All right, cool. I'm just drink water today.
so
Didn't really tell myself that. So
yeah. Bae knew you when you was fluffy.
Nah.
I asked that because you said, you know, your bitch like it when I'm fluffy. So I was trying to see if they like you better now.
I love the word
or
fluffy
if they liked
over
you
fat.
if they liked you when you was fluffy.
I mean, I think I never really had a problem when I was fluffy.
That's such a cute word.
I didn't like. That's what I'm saying. I was just Cam. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I was still like cool.
You
and
got
just,
bitches regardless.
I don't want to say that, but it was, I was just me. Like,
it ain't even about the size.
It really ain't.
It's about you. What come out your mouth. You know what
Is
I mean?
it,
yeah, like,
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I would just be chilling, man. Like, I really would just be chilling, and I always was just cool people, and yeah, I never noticed the difference. I mean, I noticed the difference when I lost weight, of course, but I noticed it all the way around, though. Not just from females, just people. When you look good, when you feel good, when you
Look good, you
when
feel
you look
good.
you feel good. All that stuff is
good.
real.
That's what I heard. So I used to
Yeah.
just be like, you know what? If I just make myself look good, I'll be all right.
Yeah, because what it does is it really boosts the morale, your morale.
Yeah.
You look good, you feel good, so you're going to smile more.
Yeah.
You just going to have a better approach when it comes to
Attitude,
people.
really?
A better
Yeah,
attitude in
bro.
life. So I definitely noticed the difference once I lost weight, but I think it was more so because I was just more so walking with
In yourself, like
my
you
head
just-
higher, you know?
You knew you looked good.
Yeah, like it was just a good feeling.
Another good thing is that you ended 2017 with a big bang being on Chris Brown's project, which he's been posting about the numbers on that constantly on his Instagram.
Yeah,
So
Chris
it
really
went
into
well.
them numbers.
So the song that you did with Slim Thug, I feel like you got a lot of bae going on in this project, Scrape the Plate, because you said you got a baby, you got kids.
No kids.
Okay, because you said his, your little baby, she be modeling.
Okay, yeah.
And when you seen it, you fell in love. That was about bae.
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Definitely by Bay, because she
Don't stalk her. I'm on it. I'm on you on your gram, on your songs, all that.
like, styling. She's a stylist. So, I'm a creative person, so I'm definitely into like the creative thing.
I love it.
And yeah.
I freaking love it. Like
By
I was.
the way, Scrape the Plate on Hip Hop Streets.
Yes, it's on
Yes.
here.
Have right now. Make sure
It
y'all
is.
download it.
Scrape the
So
plate.
y'all can
Subscribe on
see,
YouTube.
Y'all
Featuring
can
Jim.
see what Bay goals are like. They more like, you know what I'm saying? Right now they the up and coming J and B.
Yeah,
Really,
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
how I see it. I heard that. I said, "Oh, that's Bay."
Y'all crazy.
Cuz I saw the
We don't even
post.
know if that's Bay though.
Quit trying to trip him up, Sierra.
I'm
Yeah, 'cause
just saying.
confused. I
'cause
thought this was
I,
Bay
look,
over here.
I listened to the whole.
She's smiling and stuff. I'm like,
You gonna get him beat up after the show.
I listened to the whole album and I put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 together, and it seemed like Bay was all over the place on the album. I'm just saying.
What you
Bay
talking about?
sounded like her. That's what
Bay
she
was
saying.
sounding like Bay. Bay was sounding like Bay on the album, and I was like, oh.
Y'all are
And I
funny.
listened to the song. I'm like, I had to rewind that one time. I said, damn, he mentioned Bay with Slim Thug. So I mean, he let Slim Thug know that that's Bay.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
had
my
that
little baby,
conversation.
she be modeling. I fell in
Don't
love
mess
with her.
Slim. That's Bay right
That's
there.
Bay Slim, and she
Fall
all
back,
limits.
Slim. Fall back, nah, man. Shout out to Slim Thug, man. Slim is super dope.
Yeah, he had a nice album too.
Man, for him letting me come through and just like work with him, you know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to him,
Yeah.
just being from the north side of Houston. He was one of our, just guys that we grew up knowing amongst the other Swisher House guys, but he was just one of the guys that I was like, all right, I want to work with him at some point. And he showed me love when I was young. I've been knowing Slim since I was in like the 9th grade. So, yeah, he heard me rapping. Well, somebody heard me rapping, showed him my stuff, and from there we just, he always showed love.
You have 4 tracks on that project, right?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I would have never imagined you not starting off as a writer. Like, I'm telling you, like, first of all,
I started off as an artist.
really?
So you're a rap.
I was
been a
rapping
rapper.
first.
What
That's
are
why
you
I said.
strongest at? Because I got this freestyle. Be ready.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what we want. That's what we want.
Yes.
Like,
You
what
know.
we want.
Freestyle. We got a freestyle.
I'm definitely not dropping no freestyles today.
I drop it.
Man, this is what we do.
Come on, Cam. I got a fire beat from you. Like, I really like it.
No.
We
Man.
can. I'll
Yo.
jump on the beat for you. I'll jump on the beat
crazy.
too. I'll
My
jump on the beat
feelings
too.
is hurt.
I'm
5
ready for
seconds.
a freestyle.
Jeff got you.
I gotta. I'm gonna start you off.
We had
at
the
all
beat
times.
ready. And
Y'all
it got
crazy.
It might not be
done.
fire like yours, but I'm gonna start you off though.
Mine might not be
Yeah.
fire. I write. I'm pen and pad. I definitely haven't
I
freestyled
know
in
you
a.
got some memorized.
I know you
Lord.
got some.
Man,
Go
so
ahead and
That
put it
could
on
be a
there.
freestyle.
They don't know. They don't know that you memorized that already.
Not trying to
Let's
give
drop
me.
the beat. We ain't gotta talk no more. Just drop the beat. Let's drop the beat.
Let's drop
Okay.
that beat. I really like the beat, y'all. These so clean,
beat right here.
so
Yeah.
clean beats
Yo.
right here. I like
That's the
them.
lean beat.
Clean beats.
Oh, that's the country beat. Country.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This sounds like a beat that...
I'm not
made-
freestyling.
Nigga made this beat with some cowboy boots on.
Come on, Jeff. Give it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
freestyle
go
first.
in. I
Let
go
me see.
in.
All right, come on.
2018, we going in.
Yeah.
Oh, I just met 2 twins in the Benz. And they got friends.
Friends.
And they twins, so they twin groups. We on South Loop. Hip-Hop Street. What it do? With the crew. I don't give a damn going
Yeah.
in. I don't give a damn
Yeah.
when it's in.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
hold my hand.
Yeah.
That's to my boy Cam Wallace.
Yeah.
In. Oh, go.
Yeah.
I'm chilling with DJ Savage.
Hold on.
Money coming in, that's savage.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna stop, I gotta have it. Making big faces, that's a habit, and that's it. I'm done. That's my freestyle.
Fuck it. Cam Wallace, man. Make sure
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Give it up for Cam Wallace.
so y'all know,
Cam Wallace.
I am not freestyling on no.
Money going in, we going savage.
Huh.
I'm not freestyling on no interviews. So y'all just know we gonna talk. Y'all gonna hear the album.
Yeah.
I can write my thoughts out. They come at me too fast. Nah, we had fun though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
This is it. We're over. It's done.
Yeah, more blessings.
Yeah,
It'd be so
man.
fun. Did it be
We
gone?
in and out. We in and out.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Y'all gotta have me come back, man. Seriously.
We do. We gotta have you come back. We gotta have you back in because I know you're gonna have some more stuff coming up soon. Because I'm trying to.
Can I give like some shout outs?
Go ahead. Tell them
I always
where
like
they
to
can
give shout
find
outs.
you.
Like,
All of
remember,
that.
like, let me get my shout out.
Who did it for you? Who brought you?
I want to shout out my team back in Atlanta, my homeboy, my manager, Jamal, who is also my homeboy and friend. All of my Nothing Ordinary family. Shout out to my homie Jay in Atlanta. And here in Houston, my brother Wolf, Slim Thug, Tim Ned. Shout out Lady for making this happen. Yep. And just all the great people in the city of Houston, y'all stay inspired and stay focused on what y'all want to do. And yeah, that's it. Hip Hop Streets, I love y'all. Thank y'all, for real.
This has been another episode of Hip Hop Streets. I'm DJ Savage.
Sierra Nicole.
I'm Jeff Shelley, the realest, funniest nigga you gonna ever meet.
And I'm Cam Wallace.
And we are out. See y'all next week.
Peace.
That shit was dope.
Yes, come on, you gotta drink it.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.